once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of CueSports International, we'd like to welcome you to the CSI Invitational 8-Ball Championships. This is live from the Predator Arena at the Rio Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make prior to starting this match. This is semifinal number 2. One of our semifinalists who came through the group stage and was due to play in this match was Ralph Souquet. Due to unforeseen circumstances, due to travel arrangements that could not be changed at the last minute, Mr. Souquet had to withdraw from the competition. As a result, the person that he won the tiebreaker with in his group, Shane Van Boening, is now going to play in Ralph's place in this semifinal because he did finish second in the group by a tiebreaker. And we certainly wanted to make sure we had a second semifinal for you. So that's why we have different players than you might have expected. We apologize, but circumstances prevented us from bringing you Mr. Souquet. I'd like to take one more opportunity here to express our appreciation to each and every one of you that have been with us all week, supporting this great event, both at home and here ringside, and to all the great sponsors that have also contributed to the CSI invitations. In order to kind of pick up a little bit of the time, I'd like to proceed right now and introduce our 2 semifinalists for semifinal number 2. The winner of this match will play in the finals against Po-Cheng approximately 10 minutes after the conclusion of this match. So, at this time, I'd like to introduce our competitors. Our first player from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a 4-time Derby Digest Player of the Year, a 2-time Derby City World All-Around Champion, and a holder of 3 U.S. Open 9-ball titles. Is sponsored by Q-Tech. Would you please welcome the South Dakota kid, Shane Van Boening. Thank you very much. And coming through his group to play in the semifinals from Taiwan, a former 2-time Junior World Champion, former 2-time All-Japan Open champion, and he is now the new reigning CSI Invitational 10-ball champion. Sponsored by Cyclop and representing Taiwan Typhoon, please welcome Po-Cheng. One race tonight for the right to go to the finals. Off to the break. Good luck, gentlemen. Your referee in charge is Darryl Farber.
Well, Bobby, it's certainly unusual that we had that situation. I'm, happy that we're at least able to do this and still have a second semifinal. CSI management thought that the fans that have supported this event so well and have expected 2 semifinals got a second one. So they have selected Shane, rightfully so, as second in his group, losing the tiebreaker to Ralph. They did have the same 2-1 record, but Ralph beat Shane head-to-head, which got him through the group. So because Ralph couldn't make the match, Shane has been appointed.
Did you see his lag? He just lagged. He's lagged it for the break. It stopped by the side pocket.
Who, Shane's?
Shane lagged and went by the side pocket. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but
it stopped right by the side.
Well, it's better than the one you told me earlier. And who was it? Ralph or someone never made it past even to the side pocket. Was that today or yesterday?
That was yesterday, but this was worse.
Oh, this was worse. Well, you can only lose the lag once, so it doesn't matter, I guess, whether you lose by an inch or a mile. All right, Po-Cheng, rack 1, breaking. A lot of history between these 2 players, as you know, not only in the challenge match earlier this week, but in the group play. So I'm sure there's a lot of desire on both players' parts here to get through this match. And should Po-Cheng win this, we will have a repeat of our 10-ball final between the Ko brothers. Well, he probably wants to take the stripes. The 10 may go down here in this corner. He doesn't have a good solid to shoot, really. The only solid I think he can play is the 5, and that's no picnic. So I think he's going to start the stripes, and if he can't make the 10 up here, he's got a couple of balls nearby where he can probably go into it. He may do it right now. He tried to. Oh, that's going to be just enough now. The 10 definitely clears here in the lower right. He may wind up having to play the 8 in the same pocket and save the ball that's hanging there for the key ball. I kind of think that's what I would do. It looks too crowded to. Maybe he can play the 8 in the side from up here after he clears the stripes. It's a little deceiving to see just how much room there is, how far past the side pocket the 8 might be. But it looks like it's makeable.
He'll draw back there and shoot the 9.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think he's got the angle to get on the 10 yet.
No, on the wrong side.
But certainly when he gets to the 10, he doesn't want to run into the 1 ball and take a chance on anything covering up the 8. He may go to the 10 next here, Bobby. I really think that's the right play.
Just come straight up, yeah. Hit it about 9 times too hard. He got the 50-yard line. 50.
Ooh, boy. It almost looked like it was going to hit the point and stay out.
He's all over the place. His head's not into this.
Well, it better get there soon. You like running into the 6 with the cue ball here?
Or the 5.
I don't know if he can get to the 5 without checking it. He may just hit it with the speed where it'll maybe just barely hit the 6 if it hits it at all.
I think he's going to miss both of them. He's
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, good shot. Good call.
And Bobby, by the way, I don't want you to think that I have forgotten about a trivia question that I am going to probably hit you with here in this set.
I'm ready, buddy.
But before I do that, I've actually got a bank rules question that I want to ask you, more for confirmation of my understanding. If you're playing banks, I don't know if the rules are different if you play for money, if you make your own rules or whatever. But if you're playing, let's say you were a derby and we're playing tournament banks or tournament banks. If I bank one straight back and it catches the point of the side and goes in, is it good?
I think it's good.
Everybody I've talked to and every rule I've seen about it agrees with that.
Yeah,
Says
I think
it
it's
is good.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like incidental. It's like you bank it straight back and it grazes the cushion an inch before the pocket. It doesn't mean you've taken an extra rail and not called it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, I knew you could confirm that one way or the other. Okay.
Did they have the bank pool, the ring game back there, or one of them games where they were doing by rails? You got more points per rails. If you
At one time they might have done that, not in the past 4 or 5 years at least that I've been around the ring game.
It was like maybe a couple years ago. I'm sure I'm wrong.
Well, maybe they had a separate special ring game. I've done a few of those with Truman and with Grady.
The tournament.
Well, how do you get points in a tournament game of banks?
Well, I
What
thought
do you get more? You get more per ball.
Yeah, if you bank a ball, say 2 rails, it's.
What, it's worth 2 balls?
I think they were playing.
1 point per rail.
Yeah.
Well, who would win the game? The guy that got to the certain level of points first?
Yeah.
Okay. There'd be a predetermined amount of points.
I really believe that's how they did it because I'm 100% sure they did it at some event like that, and I don't know. I remember people talking about it. And it's a pretty good way to do it, actually.
Oh. Yeah, that give you a lot of risk-reward situations there. And what if you're down 3 points and there's 1 ball left on the table? You got to play at 4 rails, right?
I mean,
well, that's about in the 50-yard line. He'll cut it lower left. Shaking his head. Geez, how did I get here? I didn't play for here.
you sound just like him.
The loser of this match will get $2,500, representing a third, fourth place finish. That's what Torsten got. And the championship match is $8,000 to the winner and $5,000 to the runner-up. So $3,000 at stake in the finals, which will be 1 race to 11, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. 1 single race to 11 games in the 8-ball final, which will follow this match about 10 minutes after we're done.
Score sheets should be coming out right now. That's the 5:30, second chance. CueSports Invitational would like to say thank you to all the players and teams and spectators for showing up here and making this the world's greatest pool tournament.
Spin out here a little bit, shoot that 14 down the corner, and then it's just shoot and stop. He overshot it a mile. No, he's all right.
No,
Just slow
no,
down.
he's fine. He's okay.
He'll go 2 rails here, probably
13.
go toward the 13.
Yeah, 13, then the 11.
Perfect angle to swing over and back for the 11.
Right.
Just like that. Just like that. He didn't want to get that straight in. He wanted the angle and bounce off the rail, you know what I mean? Now he's got
Yeah, but you know what? If he gets where his Q-tip is, he could kill
Yeah.
it and play the 8 in the side, in either side, really.
to draw back about 3 inches.
Uh-huh. That was 2 3/4 inches.
yeah.
You're
Not
losing it,
close.
man.
Well, you know it's late.
I hate to be the VIP badge police, but it needs to be done because
happened?
well, there was a gentleman sitting there to the right of Jason and his lovely lady, and I knew I hadn't seen him there before, so I asked him if he had a VIP badge because you need one to sit there because those are bought and paid for seats. And he
I wouldn't feel bad.
He didn't
I'd
have
tell
one.
him,
No, I don't
No.
feel bad. It's just not a pleasant thing to do. But I got to protect the people that paid for those seats, whether they use them or they don't.
I'll go tell them next time for you. You know, I mean, what people think when you see VIP, and everybody else is paid, you just can sit there.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean? That's
it's empty.
That's annoying, though.
No
don't you
one's
agree?
sitting there now.
Stuff like that.
I
annoys
mean,
me.
it's just going to waste if I don't sit in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
but it's annoying. I mean, like,
It's what it also is it's arrogant. There's
Totally.
another good word for you. You used arrogant.
the person that did that wasn't being very cerebral, or they'd have known better. They wouldn't think.
They didn't have any cerebs to
That's
be
right.
cerebral with. Well, let's have a look here. I think he's got to go with the 10 first.
I really don't know. I'm looking at Mike's big head in front of me.
Now I am.
He'd make a better window than a door.
He's got to get the 11 out of there so the 9 will go. I think the 11 might be next and
Yeah.
swing around.
Shoot the 9 next.
Right. And then the 3 up here, the 4 up here, and the
Then the
and
15.
and
I'm
the
playing the 15. Yeah. Yeah, the 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
8. Yep. I actually think after he plays the 15, Bobby, if he's straight in and stops, the 14 will pass over here, right by in between the 13
That's
and the
what I
12.
was thinking, yeah.
He didn't get quite straight enough, but he can. He's got a good angle on the 9 to get right in line on that 14.
Yeah. 15.
15. See, we're still having trouble. It's too far.
Too far, but
But it's too far in the right direction. He could bump the 8, and if he wanted to stay there
I
to
think
shoot
they'll
that
just
14 over
shoot
here.
this ball in soft, just barely touch the 8 against. Yeah.
You know, if he goes soft, I think he's going
Not
by.
soft,
I
it's
think
like
he's going by the 8.
Stab
You
it.
mean
Middle
just
ball.
kill the cue ball
Yeah.
into the 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He hit the 8
Just
straight
don't
on,
want the 8 on the rail by the side pocket. Like that.
like that. That's the
Well,
word.
I ought to go buy a lottery ticket.
I think you put the commentator's jinx on him.
Hey, but I'm good at that. I've been doing that for years.
The 3 ball helps the
Commentator's
ball go.
curse.
You know, the 3 ball helps it go.
Yeah.
If that's what he decides to do.
Well, you know, if there's an inch between the 8 ball and the point, he'll play it in the short corner.
Mm-hmm.
He's making that decision now because that'll dictate how he gets to the 13. If he's going to play it up by the 3, I'd play the 13 where I'm humming 3 rails around the 2. Well, I think he can go either way now.
He's going forward.
No, 3 rails around the 2. Yep. And the 8's off the cushion just enough where the points shouldn't be sticking out. Although I've known them to jump out and touch the ball. Swish. Co is taking a timeout.
He is not a happy camper.
No, but I want you to remember yesterday in the match against Dennis in the group stage, Shane was 4-0 up on Dennis and wound up having to pull it out hill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not automatic just because he's got this big lead, although I'd rather be 4 up than 4 down. I'd like to express our thanks too to the BCA Pool League referee staff for providing officials for us throughout the week here. They've done a great job, especially at the times where they had to cover 2 tables when we were playing referee racks. You know, it did unfortunately tend to slow us down just a little bit, and we're appreciative that the players were patient enough. But they've sent in the best of their bunch, and they've all done great work here. And I want to just say that we appreciate it. So this will wrap up our programming. The loop will again play overnight. For those of you that missed anything this afternoon and want to see it again. And I'd like to also...
There's another match after this.
Yeah, but I mean, once we're done tonight,
okay.
it wraps up.
Who's the other guy? His brother?
It's baby brother.
Okay.
It's baby Co.
Winner of this plays Little Co.
Little Co. Ko Ping Chung. That's a much better break. I think you gotta figure out what you're going to do with the 7 ball if you take solids, but what do you have for an opening solid shot? Nothing really, unless you want to shoot a long one. And I'm not sure that that 7-15 lays well to make. I don't even know if he can make the 15, but if he's got to shoot stripes, he's going to have to start with the 10 ball, which is the ball to the right of the 1. He might be able to see this 15, and if he does, that's the ball he's going to shoot. He will be limited with only 1 corner pocket for the 8 ball if he shoots the 15. If the 7 goes, I like the solids. It all depends. Okay, it goes, and that's the group I prefer, just because of the 6 ball.
Jerry was saying he's listened to hundreds of hours of snooker commentary, and he said that the entire frame while they're shooting, nothing is said.
I'm not surprised. I wonder if it's just, you know, the way it's supposed to be commentated on, or it's just too, other than when they're on the colored balls, you know, as opposed to the reds, if it's just too unpredictable. But what I do know is there's such a huge snooker audience when that stuff's on TV. I would guess most of the fans that watch it, because they have hundreds and hundreds of hours of it annually, I'm going to guess that most of the fans are pretty knowledgeable about it. I mean, yeah, you imagine if you've never seen it before and you're flipping through the channels and it comes up and you take a look and you wouldn't know what was going on. But I just think it's such a popular sport in the UK. And they devote so much time, and of course we all know how much money is in that.
Yeah, I've never heard one commentary on them. I've never seen a snooker match actually. Bits and pieces on like YouTube, you know.
You know, I've watched a couple on YouTube because I wanted to see, you know, a guy makes a 147, and I wanted to see it. So I've watched a couple of those.
I've always thought it was boring. The red, the 7, the red, the 7, the red, the 7. I mean, like.
Well, I mean, it's
you know,
it's pretty tough to do. Let's put it that
it's
way.
Real hard to do.
I mean, it's like bowling 300, and you know, for the 15 minutes it might take, I would be willing to sit through it.
They make. There's no doubt about that.
But when they slug in one of those 12-footers diagonally, you know, into a real small opening, that's impressive.
What size do you think the openings are in the pocket?
Probably 2.5 inches, maybe 2 3/4, because the balls
2
are.
1/8.
Is it 2 1/8? Because the balls are like 1 7/8, aren't they?
No, I think they're 2 1/8.
The balls?
I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
I might be thinking about English 8 ball.
No,
Because English 8 ball, the balls are really small.
I'm sure the balls are 2 1/8 because these are 2 1/4.
Well, then the pocket can't be more than 4, if that.
Yeah.
And they're rounded, right? They're not
Yeah,
no
they're rounded,
points.
but
I tell you, if you're a snooker referee, you're going to put some miles on walking around that table, because every ball, you know, it's not a ball return system. You got to go to every pocket to take the balls out.
look at these solids. You got the stripes.
Thanks. Thanks. All right, I'm going to shoot the 16 ball to start.
Look at these balls, will you?
You go to the 5 now, or do you wait?
I don't know.
Actually, now I'm saving the 5 for maybe for last. All depends on how easy it is to get on, which ball he wants to use to get to
or
it.
The 5-4. You know. It only goes down here.
Right. But the 1 goes in both corners.
He's got to shoot the 1 next. Oh, he's shooting the 5 next.
No, he's shooting the 1. He didn't get there.
He was trying to.
He was.
He can go 3 rails here, can he?
Yeah, but jacked up, I'd rather not.
I might shoot the
How
1
about
here.
1, then the 7,
Then
and then the 5, then the 4?
Yeah.
Or if you get on the 4 good, then you can go 3 rails. If he wasn't jacked up, I wouldn't mind 3 rails here. But hitting down on the cue ball to go 3 rails, you know, something funny could happen. Well, this sure could have been better. I think he'll make it, but you never know.
that's to the mile. How'd that ball fall?
I don't know.
Jeez
It was out the moment he hit it. It was headed to the point.
It looked like he missed it a mile, didn't it?
It did to me.
It came off the rail a 1/2 inch.
Yeah. And that wasn't, it didn't roll off. He hit it bad.
Yeah, he hit it fat. Wow.
You ready to put your cerebral to work?
Yes, and I ain't going over.
You ain't going to like
You're
it.
gonna find
It's a straight pool question.
Oh, all right, but you got me. But I'll see what I know.
Who invented straight pool?
Oh, stop. Who invented straight?
Well, I mean, yeah, who's given credit for inventing 14.1?
I couldn't take 100
Okay,
guesses.
I mean, this is something, I know I'm trapping you. You either know it or you don't. You ain't going to guess at this one. But before I give the
Is it
answer
a
out
person
to
or a country?
No, it's a person. It's an individual. It's actually, I think the guy's American. And he's dead.
I would imagine. He's probably somebody 200 years ago. He's probably something.
Well, actually, that's part B of the question. What year was straight pool invented?
I couldn't tell you that.
Okay.
1800s. What?
No.
Who was it?
I'm going to wait till the end of the rack in case the people at home want to chew on it for 5 minutes. I will tell you the year. It was 1910.
1910. This guy talk. Oh my God.
But see, before the guy that I'm talking about, he's the guy that actually created the break ball. Before 1910, Bobby, straight pool was played, but it wasn't called. It was called continuous pool.
I remember
And the
that.
way it was played is the rack of 15 was racked up, and you smashed them open like 8-ball on the opening break. And if you made a ball, you continued to shoot. If you didn't make a ball, of course, your opponent came to the table, and the entire rack was run off, all 15 of them. And then it was re-racked again, and the guy that made the last ball smashed them open. And that's how straight pool was played up until 1910. And the guy that I'm going to give you the answer to at the end of this rack was the guy that's given the credit for then leaving the 15th ball on the table. And that's when the name of the game changed from straight pool to 14.1 continuous.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the break ball allowed you to continue. I mean, can you imagine before the break ball, you know, the world high run might have been like 20 balls.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just had to do something to catch you because I knew I could trap you probably on a straight pool question. Maybe I'll think of another one before we're done here that's more in your line of work.
1910.
Well, I asked you this, I think, when we was doing the tar match, and you actually came with, I think, about the right year. When was one pocket invented?
I probably didn't.
Maybe it was somebody
Might
else.
have been somebody else.
where was one pocket invented? I mean, where was it first?
Oklahoma City,
Oh, right, that's correct.
Hayden Lingo.
Yeah, Hayden Lingo. They actually tell me it was around 1930, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were playing then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was out of college and had a family and everything. Anybody else in your family play pool? Parents or siblings or anybody? Okay.
I'm the black sheep of the family.
How did you first get started? You know, how'd you go into your first pool room, or what got you interested in the game?
Well, my father died when I was 13 of a heart attack, and I just started going to bowling alley, hanging out. And I was pretty much like, didn't want to talk to anybody for like a year, and I just started playing pool. And after like playing like a year and a half, I started playing good, and I started gambling, and I was making money. And that's just went from there. And I left home when I was 15.
So your first exposure to pool tables was in a bowling alley.
Let me tell you how cool it was, though, back in the mid-'60s and probably the early '70s, 90% of your gambling action for pool was in the bowling
Oh,
alley.
yes. I started there.
And I loved it. The reason why I loved it, they always had good cafes,
Yeah.
hamburgers.
Yeah.
They always had nice restrooms.
Yeah.
And listen, I love bowling. I love the sound of a bowling alley. I love the smell of a bowling alley. I just love bowling alleys.
Yep.
I bet I played in 1,000 bowling alleys across the country. That's where all the action was. In every city.
Yeah.
They had the Tropicana Bowl in California where Richie Florence hung around.
Sure. I
They had
remember
the
that.
Miami Bowl where they played down in
Yeah.
Miami. The Cotton Bowl in Palace in Dallas.
They actually had a pretty, look at that shot. Boy, he spiked
really
that
hit
right
that
in the
ball.
side pocket. What a
Just roll.
great hit that was, huh?
Give him a roll. Oh, he hit that ball beautiful.
Oh, boy, he sure did. Yeah, there was in New Jersey, again, I know you're not that familiar with the East Coast, but there was a big bowling alley in New Jersey, Paramus, which is a city in northern New Jersey, but the Paramus Bowl. And back in the 60s when the Pro Bowlers Tour was just starting to come on television, on Wide World of Sports and all that stuff, they used to always do one from the Paramus Bowl, and Don Carter was one of the big names back then, and that was like his home bowling alley.
And another part that was nice about it is usually the bowling alleys were pretty safe.
Yeah.
Because there was bowlers there.
Because it was a family-oriented
place.
place.
You're going to get too many fights or get robbed in most bowling alleys.
Right.
And plus, a lot of, well, back then also in the 60s and 70s, there was a lot of pool rooms. There was like 30 pool rooms in Memphis alone.
Well, as I heard it, in the 40s and 50s, just in New York City alone, there were 5,000 pool rooms.
Oh, yeah.
And that's no exaggeration. 5,000 pool rooms.
And all you could get was a $10 straight pool game.
Yeah.
Really?
If that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but $10 was more than about a week's pay back then, too.
Yeah.
I like the stripes here. Looks like they all have a pocket. The solids are open, but it's going to require a lot of cue ball negotiation.
Boy, I remember when I was 14, 15 years old and I started playing. I loved to play so much. I swear I played 8, 10 hours a day, every day for like a year. Every day. Just all straight pool, too. I actually ran like 80 balls when I was like 15, 16 years old.
So that's pretty good.
Well, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was on big, huge pockets.
That's because you didn't know what you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, as expected, SVB took the stripes. Much easier group. And I think he'd like to get the 11 out of there now. Maybe come 3 rails around about where it is. Shoot the 9 next.
3 rails goes right in between the 9 and 7. Oh, I thought you should have ball in the corner. Excuse me.
It's only got 1 pocket for the 8 ball. That's the lower left corner. And I think he's going to leave the 15, excuse me, for that. Yeah, play the ball on the rail. Then that last stripe will go in the side next to the 5 ball, and he'll follow forward to play the 8 in the lower left. And he's doing everything he can here to prevent a repeat of the 10 ball final between the Coe brothers. And this is going to put him 6-2 ahead. And I don't really recall Copigny making a lot of mistakes here. It must have just been dry breaks that have swung the match, because 2 dry breaks could be a 4-game swing. So now it's 6-2, and the 2 dry breaks, if you took those off, it would be 4-4. Anyway, for those of you that do care, the man who's given the credit with inventing straight pool as we know it by putting out the 15th ball as the break ball was Jerome Kehoe, K-E-O-U-G-H, Jerome Kehoe, and he did that in 1910.
You could give me 1,000 guesses.
Yeah, well, that's why I picked that question.
1910. I quit playing straight pool because nobody would gamble at it back then. How could you match up? You play one game.
Well, you just have to give the guy, like, you know, I'll go to 50 and you go to 30. You know,
yeah. Just wasn't much action back then. I think so.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
He did. He took the stripes, remember? Yeah, he did break and run.
But he needs to get out from this break.
Nine ball or nothing. 9 ball.
I think I'm taking the solids here. What do you think? I don't know. The 2.
If the 2 goes in the side, I am.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he can. Well, it doesn't matter. He can cut it in the side now, and even if he hits the 10, it's legal.
Well, it's tough though from here.
Well, it is.
Really got like about
I mean, every stripe's got a pocket, Bobby, and he's got it. You know, he can open with the 12 ball if he wants to. Maybe.
Yeah, he's got to.
But I like the 2 in the side because you can actually play a carom here, a billiard, and it's legal because the table's open. Because I don't think he can go without hitting. No, he could make it without hitting the 10. That's fine. Okay. 4-5-1, and then come down here. He's concerned about running into the 14 ball with the cue ball. That's the stripe down there in the kitchen on the left. That's why he's given this a little extra look.
I just pinch draw this.
Yeah, I think he's pinching it with inside too.
Hit the rail and come over just like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that, yeah. I'd go up in between them balls.
I think he's going to run right into the 7 unless he puts some inside on it.
Shade of inside, right?
Yeah.
Goes right up in the middle.
I wouldn't mind tapping the 7, you know, if it only tap it 2 or 3 inches.
I couldn't see.
That's even better.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. And I think, obviously, I think the 8 will go in the side where he's standing right now. But I'd like to be pretty close to the 1 ball. I draw this to the cushion and out. Hey, where are you going? Well, that's close to the 1 ball.
Yep.
Draw. A lot of times you try to follow that, you catch the 1 a little too thin and you're on the bottom rail. Well, he did his job. He broke and ran. I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Now what?
What is the maximum allow? Forsyth, don't answer. I know you'll know. What is the maximum allowable weight, according to world standardized rules, of a cue stick to be legal?
Well, I'm going to guess and say 25.
Is that a guess?
Yes.
That's a correct guess. Very good. 25 on the button.
25.
But you're not out of the woods yet. Because since you got that right, you get a bonus question.
What's that?
What is the maximum allowable length of a cue stick? And you can take this whole rack to stew on that if you want, unless you think you know. Without, you know, the cue extender put on and, you know, or with.
You know, I was thinking I had an accurate guess until I've seen Earl play with that fly rod he plays with. So I'm trying to think. Earl's cue's got to be close to. I would think his cue's like. All right, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say 68.
Okay.
Am I close?
No.
72.
No.
Well, I
The
can't-
reason you ain't close is because there is no maximum length.
Oh, I see. Isn't he funny?
You can have a 15-foot cue stick long if you want.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I
There's
didn't know. I know Earl's is like 70.
It's 70. It's
I know.
about 70.
Is it a male or female? I'll say Allison Fisher. Hello.
All right, you're one out of 2 on cue stick questions. So here comes the tiebreaker. What is the maximum size your tip can be in millimeters?
I don't think there's a maximum size.
Oh, I can put a tip on like that. That's that big?
Well, no, I have to guess. I'm going to say 15.
No, but you're close.
14 and a half.
You're closer.
14?
14. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, I knew, because I know they make 14
Yeah.
millimeters.
Yeah. Cue stick specifications: 25-ounce limit of weight, no maximum length, and maximum 14-inch millimeter tip.
I remember years back they had that jump cue that was like called the 747. Remember that thing?
Oh, yeah.
It was big and round,
Yeah.
like about, I don't even know how big it was. It was
Looked like a cupcake.
and it was like that long.
Yeah.
You could jump a ball that was like frozen just about. And it was only like about 2 feet long. That's helped the sport.
Oh, yeah.
Jump cue.
What it's helped is sell a lot of new cloth and slate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, meanwhile, Copigny is just going about his business here as he needs to every time he gets to the table. But he's going to need a couple of turnovers from the South Dakota kid in order to get back in the match. I mean, if he gets out here at 6-4 and a quick turnover and then a break and run, and it's 6-6, you know. So it's not, it's certainly not hopeless or you know, insurmountable.
It looks like he's back focusing the match to me. His
Yeah.
demeanor is a little bit better. He looked a little.
Well, I think he was a little shell-shocked by that quick 4-0 lead that Shane jumped out to.
Yeah, he
I
looks
mean,
like he's
maybe
back.
that's not really the right term to use, but I don't think he expected it because he's played so damn good the whole week in all
Yeah.
disciplines and all round robin stages and both semifinals in the 10 ball. So 6-4 it is, and a break and run will put the heat back on Shane and force him to not make a mistake.
Well, he's got to shoot this ball in the corner. The 11. Don't you think? Not the 11. The
I'd shoot the
13.
13.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, because he's got the 11 for help.
Yeah, and he's got
He
11.
just he might want solids, but he doesn't have a solid he can shoot.
Yeah.
I don't know unless the no, he can't make the 3 in the side, and he can't make the 4 or the 1 in the side. We can tell by this camera angle. He could shoot the 14 in the side.
Well, if he's confident to make it, that'd be the shot. He'd move it.
Yeah,
Open them balls up.
yeah.
Boy,
Well, that's the only way to open that 10
it's
up.
risky.
Yeah.
You know, it's risky. That's a tough shot. Froze on the rail.
Well, shooting this way, he's actually got maybe a quarter-inch more of the cue ball than if he shot up table here. Boy, they make those side shots look so easy, and they are really difficult coming at that sharp angle. You got to clear the first point, and then, I mean, the jaw is almost 90 degrees at you when you're coming in it like that, Bobby. It's not going to automatically drop if it hits the inside of the jaw.
Yeah, he had it just right dead in the center.
Uh-huh.
Well, if he gets out here and Shane breaks, and something goes wrong, he says, we got a tie match. Huh?
Okay, yeah. That's why I say if he breaks and runs here, the heat's on Shane to hold serve. He can't afford a dry break or a mistake or a scratch.
Right, tie up. Then Copin, you'll be back breaking again.
Yeah, because he won the lag.
Yeah. Well, look at this shot. How perfect. This is such a nice touch there. He hit that ball so nice. That was not an easy shot with the cue ball near the rail.
Heck yeah.
You know, he hit the ball. Look, he's perfect. Perfect speed, everything. Beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to shoot
Back
the
where
11
his bridge,
next.
back where his bridge hand is.
Yeah, shoot the 11 next. 11, 15. I mean,
I
13.
I think I'd shoot the ball on the side
Oh, yeah.
now,
Then
then
the
the 12, and then the
Oh,
11.
yeah.
Yep.
That's what I meant. I was
Yep.
getting confused on
Yep.
the color of the balls. I'd go to the end rail here.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
One rail out.
All right. Well, it's going to be all up to the South Dakota kids break right now. I mean, Copigny has won 4 of the last 6 racks. He was 4-0 down. It's actually he's won 5 of the last 6 racks. He's closed the four rack deficit to 1. So, and Shane realizes that Copigny breaks in the odd-numbered games. So, if he gets tied, he's actually playing from behind the rest of the match. This match has clicked off at a pretty good pace, though, Cotton. I mean, they've been playing less than an hour. We got 11 games in the book.
Yeah.
But it's been a run-out pool, too, because both guys are exploding the balls off the break, and when they've had a cluster, they've been able to break it up pretty easily. And I want the stripes if the 13 goes.
It goes.
And how about the 8? Does it go in the side?
Yep.
Okay.
It's,
That's the
it's
only
close.
pocket. Well,
It's
that's the only
close.
pocket I think it's got, other than cross side.
But you got to take the stripes regardless. You know
Well, I
what
think
mean?
so.
With the 5 and the 7 down there jammed up.
I'm wondering, is that the 7 or is it the 15?
7.
It is the 7. Yeah, the 15 is near the 2.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And if the 13 goes by the 1, he can go there now. He can go there off the 11, or he can break it off the 11, or he can break it now. I like breaking it now. He tried to.
Yeah, I think it goes.
Yeah, if it goes,
No, it's hard to tell. It's close.
if it goes, you shoot it. You know, this 9-12 down here is going to need a little bit of attention. I think the 12 passes the 6, no problem. But the 9, I don't think goes without getting the 12 out of there. And that's where he's going next, to the 9-12. As good as he got on the 9-12, he's perfect on the 13, though.
He might shoot that now.
He could shoot that and draw it back where he is, because he's going to have to get there again, unless it goes in the long corner and the 11 will put him there. He's going to have a peek at it.
Six to 5, huh? Yep.
He doesn't want to have to play the 8 in the side, but I think he's going to be. Oh, I don't know. It looks awful narrow from there on the monitor.
It does.
It's a dead nut bank if he gets on it good, though, Bobby. And this guy's a great bank player.
Such a thing as that.
Well, I know, but I'm saying it's
Yeah, but
it's not a difficult bank.
no. I mean, he'll make it 8 out of 10.
Probably,
times,
if not more.
Yeah.
Well, he's better decide now because he's got nothing to move the 8 with. So he's stuck with either shooting it in that side or cross side. I think his dilemma is he'd like to save the 9 to get on the 8, whether he banks it or plays it in the side. And now he's going to have to play this, and I'm thinking the 11 and then the 13. Still don't know what he's doing with the 8.
He's banking it.
I think he's got to. If he's going to play it in the side, he's got to be within a foot or less of the ball.
You know what? It's so close to going in the corner.
Yeah,
it's
but
I'm sitting
I'd
right
rather
behind it.
I'd rather bank this.
Oh yeah.
You know how silly it's going to look if you run it right into the 3 ball. If you miss the bank, I mean, maybe you've got a little bit of forgiveness. But I mean, that 8 would be hard in the side with ball in hand. That's how narrow that opening is. And I would by no means try to go into the 8 or the 3 with the cue ball here.
Oh no, he can't.
So
he's got
he's got to decide right now.
Yeah, he has to bank the ball.
Does he have to go twice across to get good on it?
No, he just.
Can he lag? Can he lag to it?
Roll it in.
Well, that's where he's got to be. No more than a foot away. You know, I'm just surprised that he didn't make his decision on it a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do.
I don't think he knows either. He's playing for the side. That's about as good as he can get. This is no cinch at all. It's almost an optical illusion. You know, you think that that near point is one place and it's not.
Look at that.
That was a good pool shot right there.
And he had to get exactly where he got to.
Exactly. A lot of precision. Hi, George. Yeah, you needed a lot of precise cue ball control to get exactly perfect on the 8, and he did.
If he'd have been a hair off either way, that would have been really tough.
Oh.
He got like straight. He got like straight on the ball.
Right. I mean, you cutting that ball, you almost can't see
Oh,
where to hit it.
No. Yeah. Either way.
Either way, right. Either cut.
got to get out here, do or die.
Well, he's going to be facing that same situation every time he comes to the table now,
Yeah.
whether it's to break or to shoot. He got no bullets left. How'd he hit him?
What do you take
I
here?
think you got to take stripes.
Either one is good.
Yeah,
either,
well,
either
you know.
group. The only thing here is a 2.
Yeah, that's why I originally leaned to stripes, because if he can get down here for the 13 and the 15, the 10 goes in the side. I don't, if he could shoot the 9, I would start with that. I don't know if he needs to start with the 12, because I think the cue ball is going a little bit into the rail. But he selected solids. He's going to start with the 4 ball because it's a nice, easy shot. We know the 3 goes by the 8. Every stripe, every solid has a pocket. It's just the 2 is going to require a
He
little
might
bit
shoot
of.
the 2 next.
Yeah, or draw back and shoot the 6
That's
or
what I'm
7.
doing right here,
Yeah,
like this.
nothing wrong with this. This simplifies the rack. It keeps your cue ball traveling short distances, and it allows you to stay in nice control. He's just got to really figure out how he wants to go from the 5 to the 7.
Shoot the 7 in the side, I guess, right?
Well,
Or is he going to go straight across, shoot it in the corner?
I like the corner because I think either angle was okay for the 3, and if you try to get in the side, you're
Yeah,
going near
you
the
messing
10.
And also you're messing with the 12.
Yeah,
He's going
yeah,
straight across, a little inside, straight across.
I think so. Hit the first diamond on the other side of the
Right,
side
just
pocket on
come
the
out.
other rail and bounce off.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Just like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Perfect.
First diamond, bounce off.
Well,
And, you know, he came 2 inches too far, but he's got enough real estate out there to be able to pinch hold this, and then he can play the 3 and come around the 2 stripes. He might even be able to follow it inside. I mean, it's just awful natural here to just go around the 2 stripes. I don't see why he wouldn't.
yep.
So he did what he needed to do, and again, you know, back over to you, SVB. You better do what I just did. Nice to see the great media coverage we've got here. We've got David Thompson right in front of us shooting for medium pool. Allison M. Fisher over there for NYC Grind. Mike Brown, Jerry Forsyth reporting for AZ. Ricky Bryant was here earlier in the week. He had to take off, but
You don't know that guy sitting straight across, do you?
no, he's just a spectator.
He's doing something with the video, I think. He bought a couple of books of mine a year or so ago.
Oh, did
I just
he?
can't remember
Okay.
his name. But he ragged on it pretty good for a couple of, what's the word I'm looking for? Punctuation mark or something, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, dude, read the book. It's not the.
yeah,
it's
books
not the,
written by pool players ain't going to win Pulitzer Prizes for grammatically correct and perfect punctuation.
And mine was pretty much 100% on. My sister edited it. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been writing books for 100 years. Not 100 years. She's not that old. She's written lots of books. You know what I mean, for money management, different things. And he said something about, I forgot what it was. I'm glad I forgot what it was. Actually, I am.
Just blame it on the editor.
Yeah. Shane needs to get out from here to put himself
Yeah,
on the hill.
he's going to start with the combination. And that's really because the 4-ball doesn't pass. And he took the care to hit that firm enough to make sure that the 14 bounced out where it wouldn't tie up with the 15.
If he gets the 13 out of the way, the 10 goes.
Oh, exactly. And the 13 connects him to the 12. He wants the 13 now, I think. He's there. That means traveling up and down twice, though, so he might change his mind and stick with his plan to take the 2 stripes right there. Use a 9 to get on the 13. Might be going there now, too. Pretty natural. Is that soft enough? Barely. Might have trouble reaching this because he's jacked up. He could reach it normally, but I think it's a bridge shot.
Luckily, all he's got to do is roll up an inch.
Yeah, yeah. I want to make sure that Shane was clear on the instructions by the referee. He asked if he touched the 10 ball, is it a foul? And the answer is maybe. If you just, if the 10 rolls forward where the cue ball was, then it's a foul because it's going through the path of the accidentally moved ball. So I wanted to make sure that Darrell let him know that. I mean, just saying if I touch the 10, is it a foul? And saying no is really not a 100% accurate answer.
Look at this.
That's why, yeah, you got lucky to even see the damn ball.
He's still all right. He can make the 10, but
yeah, I mean, this is like an 80-degree cut though, and
he's
got to go twice. He's got to go twice across, and
how could he have ever hit that ball?
Yeah.
I mean, he had a mile. He had a mile to go by that ball. He had a mile.
Well, the difficulty now is, of course, the stripe in the kitchen is much easier to pocket. But how do you get on the 10? You'd almost need to try to go into it 2 rails. If you shoot the 10 and make it, you're going to win the game.
I cannot believe he went to that ball, honest to goodness.
No, and this is a critical situation in the match.
Put him on the hill or tied up with the other guy breaking.
Exactly.
You would think he'd really
yeah,
made 100% sure.
Little hasty there.
I don't like this shot. I'm shooting the 10. I don't care what happens. I'm not shooting this ball. I'm shooting the 10.
You know, when you stand out there and get down over the 10 ball, it almost looks impossible, though. I mean, you've got to stay at the table. At best, he could play this, and I don't know if he can hit this with right-hand ball and come 2 rails at the 10.
If he does that, he'll have to get real lucky to get a shot. If he goes in those balls.
Well,
you know what I mean?
right.
He could hit, if he hits the side of the 10, he can knock it over there, and the cue ball get behind the 6, 8.
Right.
right? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he
The other
does.
thing would be to load this up with inside
And go straight up and down.
and, yeah, try to get on the 10 in the side.
He's going at the balls.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
he's,
trying to hit the 6.
I don't think he can hit the 6. I think he's trying to hit the 5.
Did he
Oh, God.
Did he get there?
Oh, he's perfect. I mean, he was playing to do exactly what happened there, Bobby. You could tell by that little, almost mini fist pump with his cue stick he did after he hit the 3. He knew he needed to hit the 3 full in the face. That was the shot of the match right there to get out from that mistake.
Kidding. No kidding.
Now he's really got Coe in a bad spot.
Well, oh well. Oh well. Well, he just got to hope he gets out here and he got to fade one more break for Shane.
2 more, really.
2 more. No, he breaks on the hill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shane leg
That's
by the
right.
side pocket.
That's right. Shane only breaks one more time if it.
All right, now listen to say Cue Russell. 9-8. There one is there will be Cue Russell. The team should be 6.1675 feet. And on the way, one throw remaining.
Well, I mean, he's basically got 2 shots, the 14 or the 12.
Is the combination tough? I can't tell. From here. It
I
looks
don't.
like
I don't think it's that tough. I think the 4 is out a little bit,
There's no way to miss this. I mean,
but I mean,
got a lot
it's
of
really a
traffic.
question of if you don't shoot the combination now, and you can't shoot a solid, and you shoot the 14. How are you ever going to get back here to make the 12
he's
ball?
got to shoot the 12.
Of
there's
course.
No doubt. He can't shoot the 14. I mean,
This
I
is
would-
another
I would
situation.
try to shoot the 12, play position on the 14 and the 9. Try to get in that gap.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Get in that gap between 3 and 5. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not
If
a
he gets
bad
in that
idea.
Gap, then he shoots the 13 next. If he got straight in on the 9, float down and shoot the 13
Sure.
next.
Sure. No,
And if he
I
gets
like
out of
that.
line- yeah.
I like that. This is just another situation where the lay of the balls are telling you what group you have to take, even though you may not want it, because there's nothing else he can do.
You gotta
And
draw
his
back.
opponent's on the hill. He can't play anything risky. Although there's
I
some.
don't know the angle he's got. He might not can draw back and get down now on this shot.
Well, he's cutting the 4 to his right, definitely.
To his left.
No, he's cutting the 4 to his right to make the ball, because the
Stop.
4 was further out.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Couldn't see. just about got in that gap, but he didn't.
Well, I actually think, Bobby, he could shoot the 9 right now. It looks on the camera angle here like he's got the path,
I would.
but it's much harder to get to the 13 from where he is shooting the 9. You got to hit that stun stop.
I'd just roll up.
Oh, yeah, but you want to slow roll something from 5 feet away with your opponent on the hill? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to hit anything at bunt speed here.
Well, I'm used to.
Yeah,
I
I
shoot those balls from that one pocket
right.
all
Of course
the
you do. Of course you do.
time.
But I just don't
This
think.
works.
I just don't think at this stage of the match, where you can't afford a miss
Yeah.
and you can't afford to get out of line, that you could take that chance.
Is he gonna play the 11 next?
I think he might. I think he might go 11, 13, 9. Is he drawing this 3 rails out?
This is no good.
Better stop in a
This is
hurry
no
or
good.
hit it real firm.
That's. I don't know what he should have shot.
Well,
the
he was.
9.
I think he was drawing 2 rails at the gap.
Should have shot the 9. He was straight in.
Yeah, the only thing he could have done, maybe, Bobby, was shoot the 9 and stop, shoot the 11, try to get on the 13, and then
just
deal
had
with
to
that
shoot-
one up there.
Yeah, either that, but he just had to shoot the 9
Yeah.
rather than trying to go 2 rails. That's what I think.
Well, he's going to get the deli slicer out for this one.
Hope he can go. I can't see how far.
Oh, he's cutting it in the corner
I
here.
know, but I don't know where the cue ball is going. I can't see from here.
Well, he may run right into the point.
He might be.
He'll miss it fat if he misses it. Oh, he played it off the deuce. He had to play it off the deuce to avoid the scratch.
Well, it's all over now.
Well, you would expect it to be, but we're not going to
Just
be.
like Merle Haggard said, it's all over but the crying.
I don't think I'm going to call the fat lady yet to tell her to start singing. I mean, he's got to get on the 3 in the side.
Or the 5. He got all these balls.
Well, in the side though, he's got to be where his elbow is.
Got 100 balls to hit here.
That speed looks pretty good.
If he goes too far, he shoots a 5.
No, it's 3 over here, 5
5,
stop,
1.
1 float to the rail for the deuce,
Yep.
and the 8's got 2 pockets.
Well, we got starting the match at 7, right?
Yeah,
Got
we're
20
gonna
minutes.
start right on time, maybe even a couple minutes early, depending on if I have any pre-match festivities that I'll be required to do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in approximately 15, 16, 17 minutes here, just before the hour. Thanks for being with us. Talk to you shortly.